All right, we are live. We are live. We are live. So I just want to tell everybody I appreciate your presence here. You could be anywhere else, but you chose to be here. For all the newcomers, would you please be able to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and touch that notification bell so that you can be aware of all the forthcoming content in the future? I would truly appreciate that so much. So we're going to get right into the topic. Welcome to KSheaO Catalyst Conversations. And this is more than just a channel, it's a channeling session of high vibratory frequencies always. And it's going to be at an all time high. So we're going to be talking about how fear can be the misuse of the imagination. We're going to get right into the topic. But prior to us doing that, I would like to introduce the woman that is in front of you today. She has been a role model, a mentor, like a mama, and everything to me. You know what I mean? And I truly appreciate her presence in my life. She has had a phenomenal impact on me, have molded me from when I was, in the stages of me, gaining full maturity, and just helped me in the arena of just music, of, being a woman and sisterhood. And I just truly appreciate her for who she is in all realms and aspects. And I just want to introduce to you guys this phenomenal woman, Joi Tiffany. How are you doing today, ma'am?
Honey, smothered in goodness after that introduction. Hello. Good, darling. Fabulous.
Absolutely, that's good. I'm glad. It's good to see your face, and it's good for you to be here. I'm truly honored for your presence. Truly, truly honored. Yes, yes, yes. So, we're just going to get into the topic. Fear is the misuse of imagination. I'm gonna just give a little bit about myself. I know fear and doubt has been one of the number one components that has held me back, has been like a restriction for me catapulting into some great territories that I may have missed out on. Is there anything that you can provide about how fear could have been a misuse for you?
Yeah, so I'm actually coming out of a fear space now.
Mhm.
Um, I would say about 2018, everything kind of crashed for me and it put me into a huge doubt. So me totally doubting myself, not believing I can sing, not believing I have talent, doubt, which caused a performance anxiety, the imposter syndrome. It was just a boom, 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 all caused from fear. And fear is a misuse of your imagination. Fear is that thing of, okay, they say anxiety is when you focus on the future, depression is when you focus on the past.
Mhm.
So my worry about me making the same mistakes, me doing this, and it's like now I realize if I make the same mistakes, like it's okay. At least I'm doing something to say it didn't work out versus doing nothing. Like, the old Joy, I was getting it, all nose and all. I had my show would move from one venue, I move it to another. I couldn't do it here, I'm here. Like nothing was shaking me. And then I was catching so many L's that I was catching that doubt. So to get myself out of that doubt space was very hard, very hard.
Absolutely. I can definitely resonate with that. I had got out of active duty last year, right? So I was like, okay, what am I to do? I'm mad talented. There's a lot of things that I know that I could endeavor in, but it's like, I guess it's the application phase for me, if that makes sense. Like really applying myself to my talents and my gifts, and actually, you know what I'm saying, allowing them to be larger than life. It was a struggle for me at first, so I had to take a lot of sacred time to figure me out and what I really wanted to do. And that's what's bringing me to the current space that I'm in right now. And I really do feel like fear can be a misuse of imagination, because you are going to start imagining your doubts, and then they's going to start manifesting, because I feel like whatever you give attention to grows. So with that transitory period that you're in, how were you able to, like climb out of that fear phase?
It's either like you gonna keep being in this space or Like you gonna move, you gonna sit around and soak, or you gonna move on with the inevitable. Like after a while, it's like, okay, you took some L's. Everybody take L's, you know what I'm saying? It's like at some point it's like you have to realize that time is not promised. And as long as we're here and we get to wake up every day, we can try. So it didn't work out in these years, but new opportunities can present themselves and it can work out better. You may be, as you know, as you get older, you get better. So you get stronger. You have to constantly remind yourself affirmations. Like I'm always telling myself, I am the shit. Even if I don't feel up, even if I'm not, even nobody agrees, even if I sing a song and get one like, I'm the shit. Like, so when you start pumping yourself up in your brain, stop saying certain phrases to yourself and really start like believing and loving, that confidence. If you have to have self-confidence within yourself, self-esteem, nobody can give that to you. You have to give it to yourself. And the more you believe in yourself and try, it's just like it just works out and you just feel better. I feel better trying
Right.
than not trying. Right.
Yeah, that's real. Um, I I really appreciate that you even said that because it's sometimes I feel like I shoot myself in the foot before I even get started because my mind will take me, like put me some steps back before I even get engulfed into the endeavor that could be something that could be life changing for me, but I don't even know because I didn't stifle myself from the beginning, and it hurt, and it can be like a hurtful thing, you know what I'm saying, that just looking back at it, like look at how I really, you know what I'm saying, like suffocated my growth just because I was so doubtful of me, like just restricting me with all my talents and things of that nature. And like, man, all you had to do is just put forth the inertia to go forward. So why stifle yourself? You got so many other people out here already downplaying you, feeling like that you can't do it, preying on your downfall, and you just contributing to their efforts. So how is that helping the situation at all? So I truly appreciate that you did say that, you know what I mean? Sometimes I know that I've seen like truly gifted people, right? You can see the LeBron James, you can see the Mayweathers out there, you can see the Oprah Winfreys, but who's to say that they are really the best in their space? It could be somebody that's better than them that's out there who haven't acted on their gifts, who are in a place or the mode of fear, you know what I'm saying, to where they're suffocating their imagination. So what type of advice would you give them in order for them to like catapult their talents and their creativity within?
That the worst thing you can do is be dormant. Nothing changes when you're dormant. When people ruminate, that's the worst thing ever. Like if I could have done this different, if I could have changed this, then this is like, but you can't. So now we're wasting energy, we're wasting time. And I'm speaking definitely for me because that's what I was doing. But if I would do this and if I hadn't missed this flight, and
Yeah.
come on, let's chip chop chip. Like, okay, we didn't make it. We weren't able to do that. People gonna talk about you regardless. You can be the kindest, happiest person. That pisses people off. You need to start living in a space where you just get sick of motherfuckers, and at the point you just gotta oops. You just get sick of people and you just want to really focus on yourself and your happiness and what makes you thrive in this life. Because after a while, that's the only thing that matters, right? And I
Right.
just think it's just wasting time. You're just wasting time. Like
Mm.
when we look back at our obituaries, it's not gonna remind us of the 2 weeks where we was this. It's life is a book. It's chapters. Like what are my chapters? What are your successful chapters? What are your people have all? I read a lot, so um, a lot of successful people have so many lost stories. It's like wow, and they've lost millions and da da da. I've lost a couple houses and a couple cars. I'm okay. The
Mhm.
world didn't crash beneath. I'm still living. I got arms and limbs. I'm back up. So why not keep going? So you have to keep going. That's the hardest shit ever. On zero with nobody in your ear, you got to keep going. Like, it ain't nobody's job to gas you. You got to gas yourself.
Yeah,
That shit hard.
it is.
It's hard, but it's possible. For real.
Absolutely. I agree. And I think sometimes it's like we are granted these stories, and in conjunction with that, when you look at these heroes, they're superheroes because of what they overcame, because they overcame the biggest obstacle, or they went through the worst storm, or they went up the highest flight of stairs, and they was able to overcome and conquer this huge astronomical battle that nobody never heard of, and that makes for a good story. But that's what makes the superhero. If you were to look at it, you know what I'm saying, from a different perspective, sometimes I feel like that is like me, or like people that I know, because some of the stories that I hear and some of the things that I know that I've been through myself, there's some huge battles. I can't even front, like they are huge. So with that being said, that makes me greater. That makes me feel like I'm even more invincible. That makes me feel like I'm in possession of so many superpowers where I have the capabilities of doing anything. But the thing is, I have to put behind that good intent behind what I know that I'm in possession of. Because if I don't have the intent but have the creativity, it's kind of like the creativity lies dormant, like you were saying. But you got to keep going. You got to stay motivated when there's nobody else there in your corner, when nobody else is fighting for you, and you know that you feel like you by yourself. Sometimes that's absolutely imperative, so you can start to hear your own voice and not listen to the outside noise, because sometimes that exterior noise can mess you up or derail you or knock you off track. So sometimes it's self for self. Nobody needs you like you need you. You know what I'm saying? Only you can give yourself those rewards, for real. So I truly appreciate that journey. So with all the things that you have learned from the past, how does it help you to show up more in your present? Because you know your future is going to be great, but sometimes it's like things we get hit with spontaneous things and like, dang, where did that come from? But how does that help you maintain your equilibrium from the things that you learned from the past?
Hmm. That's a good question. Um, I think that I'm in the process of learning that now, of not. I think I'm in the process of learning now. Like, honestly, honestly, it's like not just not focusing on the past. I really don't. I'm in that space right now, so I'll be able to answer that in maybe a few months.
Got you. I got you. I feel you.
It's just
Um,
hard.
yeah.
So a lot of days I just be in my ear a lot. I be in my ear a lot.
Mm-hmm.
In myself a lot. I don't talk down to myself at all. Like, Joy, I like your skin today. Joy, oh, you smell like a fresh bubble. I let myself know
That's
that I'm a
right.
delight. I like to be smothered, but in a way of not I'm better than, but I am who I am because of I am me. Like, shit.
Mm-hmm. That's real. That's real. Like, I believe Shantan, she had came on here a few catalyst conversations back, and she said something that has stuck with me ever since. She said, "Can't nobody give me my I am but me." And I was like, man, that's pretty prolific, and that's very true. Like, it's certain things that I can only give myself, that I can't look for nowhere else. One of them is exercise. Another one is good nutrition. Another one is
Mhm.
grounding, and then it's my I am. Like, nobody can give me that, but me. Nobody else can say I am for me.
That's
That's
right.
like virtually impossible. So I truly appreciate that. But I know some things that I have tried to incorporate to learn from my past is always be at a state of giving myself grace and giving myself peace, even
Hmm.
in the midst of like this big robust storm, you know, and having the emotional intelligence to not break down at the sight of adversity, you know, especially if like a whirlwind of like shit storms come my way. not break down and like become a recluse, because I'll be quick to do that and just shut everything off, shut everything down, don't talk to nobody, and just, you know. But that's not always the healthiest options that I'm learning now. That's not always like helping me to just run away from the issue and just being in a corner, but actually facing it, you know, but with a mental state of peace though, you know, because it doesn't do me no good going into trying to sort out turmoil if I'm already having turmoil here. You know, that's just going to create an abundance of chaos. So it's like I have to get myself emotionally driven to the point to where I handle myself with kindness in the process and not beat up on myself through the turmoil, but be graceful during that process. So yeah, that's something that I've definitely been handling for sure.
That's great. Like, in that context, my emotional intelligence is high. So I'm just, you're right, grace, team grace. Like, I'm not hard on myself. The world is
Right.
already hard. Like, I don't have to beat myself up because you don't think I'm, who are you? And who are you? Like, you got to really realize and think about people. Like, ain't nobody paying your bills. Ain't nobody like, what?
Right.
I want to do because I want to do it. Like, that's when your mindset got to be like, I'm going to do it because I can do it. Who are you to tell me I can't do it? The only person that stops me from doing anything is me. Like, nobody can tell me, like, oh, Joy, you can't sing. No. Like, oh, that's a lie. You feel what I'm
Yep.
saying? So it's really me stopping me. Like, that external, please. Like, you got to build a resilience against people. I've been sick of people. So you got to have a certain resilience with people, especially people who don't know what they're good at. They got a
Mm-hmm.
lot of time on their hands, so,
Yep.
oh well.
Yep.
As a
That's
person that's been
real.
sick of, for real, I've been sick of people, so I can't worry about who this and who like this and shoot. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just be kind, to be silly, to be nice. I mean, well, I stop being nice. I'm kind though.
Right.
But want to be in a space where you have grace and you just, are focused on yourself and making yourself happy. Team.
Yep. Something you just said. You said, I stopped being nice. I'm kind. Can you let people know the difference? Because it's a huge difference.
Yes. So being nice, the example I always use, imagine that you're in a grocery store, right? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
am I supposed to be myself over? I don't know how to do this online thing. Okay. Imagine that you're at the grocery store, you got a basket full of groceries. And somebody comes up and all he has is a loaf of bread. You're nice, you're like, go ahead. Another lady comes up, she just has milk. You're like, where's this milk? It's one item, go ahead. Somebody just got corn and what's in their name? You done let about 4 or 5 people coming through. Meanwhile, the lines are moving because you can't justify putting yourself in a position to go first, even though you were there first. You were supposed to be there first. You and that milk can wait. I've already let bread go. Let's keep this line pushing. Like, that being kind is, I'm an empath, and I had to learn that being extra nice put me in the position of um, people either using that as a worker. A lot of people take you being there for them as that, like you're like a worker, or you got me fucked up. Like I'm just kind. So that's just me in a nutshell. I've always been that type of person. I'm just a kind person. But after you get played a few times, you just got to cut that nice shit out and just know how to. In the grocery store, I got a full groceries out. Let bread go. Milk. That's too damn bad. You may have to wait. I mean, go catch another line. Like, I have,
Right.
especially if you have something to do. You know what I'm saying? You have to be okay with putting yourself first, and people being upset with that.
Yep.
People put themselves first all the time. At what point will you be putting yourself first? And that's a lot of times I have to tell myself, and that comes to that kindness versus niceness shit. Like,
Yeah. That's real. That nice stuff done been for the birds for a bit, because it made me put myself in a void way too many times. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at somebody with a smile on their face, but I'm over here suffering because I'm operating in deficit.
Yeah.
Like that makes absolutely no sense. And it at a point in time, like a space in my life, my niceness was my liability, and I had to flip the
Mm,
flow on that. I was like, this has to be an asset for me because I'm not doing a bad thing, but at the end of the day, I'm feeling bad because I'm like, where's the reciprocity in this? Nobody is doing it for me. Why? It's because I wasn't doing it for myself. That's the thing. I'm doing it for everybody else, but I'm not taking the time out for me. And I was hurting me at the end. You know what I'm saying? Thinking it's everybody else's fault, but I had to really do a thorough examination, like look in the mirror, like, no, ma'am, that's all you. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, how are you going to sit
And
up here and show all
kind
this to everybody and not
nice.
you?
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Kind people have boundaries. I mean, kind people have boundaries. Nice people do not. So if you don't have any boundaries, anybody can call you at any time and you pick up the phone, and no matter how you feel, if anybody can say, come do this, if anybody can, you never say no, um, you become not appreciated, but looked at as, oh, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing when you realize that it's not being looked at as like, my friend is coming to help me, but more so,
Oh, this is
oh,
a
let me call.
tool, guys. Yeah.
I know it's like,
Mm-hmm.
so I when that caused me to become a recluse. So it's not the healthiest thing, and like you said, it's definitely not. But it's safe.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, um, and it's really helping me in the creative space. And I think it's nobody. I feel like I'm rambling. Let me pause.
You
Let me
good.
pause right there.
Yeah, you good. But so in conjunction with that, that niceness, I feel like some people niceness is kind of overcast with some fear because they have the
Mm,
fear of, people, you know what I'm saying, either rejecting them or making them feel some type of way or whatever, so be the case. You know what I mean? But it's like you got to take that fear out. Not saying you, but just people in period, in general. Like you just got to take that fear out. You, like you said, you can't worry about what other people say about you. So what? It's about how you feel about yourself. Treat yourself with niceness, treat yourself with kindness. You can't be sitting out here giving people encouragement and inspiration, but you sitting up here talking bad to yourself at the end of the day. Like, why you do that? Oh, that's so stupid. You so clumsy. Oh, that was a dumb decision. But you telling people, oh girl, you look so good. That's a nice outfit. I like, oh, you're gorgeous. But you looking in yourself at the mirror like, you ugly. You too
absolutely.
dark. You too fat. You know what I mean? At one point in time, I can't even lie, I was like that. And I was talking real reckless to myself, but bigging everybody
Yeah.
else up. And I was wondering, like, where's the disconnect? It was me with me. I was disconnected from me. So I had to build a healthier relationship with myself and appreciate who I was, not in comparison and contrast to nobody else, but more so in comparison
Mm,
and contrast to the mindset that I was before. So I know that has tremendously like helped me a whole lot. And I hope that helped a lot of other women out there. Like, stop comparing and contrasting yourself to everybody else because you really don't know their journey for them to even get to where they are that you see them at. You know what I mean? So do you appreciate just that still image that you see of them? Because their journey could be speaking something totally different than what they look like. So yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, I
mm.
truly appreciate this dialogue for sure. For sure, for sure. Is there any, last words or anything that you would like to, infuse into the audience prior to us departing?
Probably my best Probably my best parting words are, we are here. We don't know why, but some of us have a notion as to what we're supposed to be doing. Um, and we need to focus on our goal-driven life and not on people, because people are disappointing. When you focus on your goals, you are able to, even when life knock you down, you be like, okay, but I got this coming up. Like I literally, okay, that's how I work out myself. Like I write out a schedule for myself. Like I've been just kind of putting content and sketching content. So when I do pop on social media, I got the whole gun loaded. I'm just firing. And just really focusing on my next step as Joy. I have some performances coming up that I'm really excited about. So I'm just focusing on my show and my goal and just being better and being back on stage. That old feeling when I was in Huntsville and doing my show, like I love the stage. So that's what my focus is on, is just that. And being afraid of something. Half the people that talk about you have never tried to achieve any goal before. So you can't take criticism from people you wouldn't take advice from.
Absolutely. That's real. Don't take criticism from people that you wouldn't take advice from. Please don't do that. I appreciate it. That's going to stick with me. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I
And
appreciate
people will come out the blue with some, you can just be minding your business and here comes somebody with a critique of something. So then my response, well, I got from my mother say, well, how would knowing that information enhance your life? And then you don't have a response for it because it won't. So, okay. Oh, I see, I could have had a candle ambiance, excuse me. Okay, because how could knowing somebody, okay, all I'm trying to tell y'all is life is short. Life is short. Whatever you do that you love, do not allow your age to stop you from doing nothing. It makes no sense. Like, hang around people that think freely and have a goals and shit.
Absolutely. Yep, that's real. I appreciate that candle. That was truly fitting. That was absolutely necessary. You have to think about you. Nobody can think about you the way that you do. Nobody can help you the way that you can help you. You know what you have within you. People will come and criticize you down to the bone. That's because they criticize themselves, and it's a reflection. It's actually a projection. They're projecting their own interior feelings out on you, but it's up to you to absorb it or to discard it. You know what I mean? That's that, like we were stating previously, it's that emotional intelligence to know, like, are you going to be at the level that they're on? Or are you going to elevate yourself and, you know what, but like, you know what, I appreciate you and what you was trying to tell me, but I can't vibe with you. You got to love people enough to let them go, period. And you got to be like, it got to be a non-negotiable. It got to be like a zero tolerance policy for foolishness within your life in order for you to elevate, you know, because people feel comfortable with that company of people not doing nothing, because that's going to keep them comfortable not doing nothing. So why even wallow into that space with them, you know? So that advice is amazing. You're amazing.
But people who hate, where your breath
Yeah.
smells cinnamony.
Period. That, there it is.
I'm trying to be serious. For real, I don't know. I just think I always try to encourage my friends, like, especially if you're good at, if you're, listen, in this lifetime, if you're good at something, anything, if you can dance, you can sing, you're talented, you play an instrument, if you're smart, you have skills, if people love being around you, if you have good energy, if you are great at coming up with business plans, you better brace yourself in life, because there's people that's not gonna like you simply for the gift that God gave you, and you can't do nothing about that.
It's true. There's nothing you can do. And truth be told, everybody have their own gifts in their own way. The thing is, you got to take the time out for yourself to figure out what that is. You know, you have to, because your gift may not look like somebody else, just because look at here, Joy can sing. When I say this is not no typical singing, okay, this is the singing that will resonate with you for lifetimes. to where when you hear it, you're going to be thinking about it next week and the month after, and you're going to wonder like, where is she performing again? Because I'm gonna need a fix. Like that's the type of singing that she has within her being. But with that being said, you may be able to sing too, but it may not be like hers. So use your gift to how it's tailor fitted to you for whatever audience that you're supposed to be delivering your message to. You know, don't stifle yourself and doubt yourself just because, oh, I think that arena is saturated, so I shouldn't be in it. Or I think it's too many people endeavoring in that right now. So let me just throttle back and just stay where I'm at. Why grow some complacency with where you are and you know that you're not happy, but you're in possession of so many gifts and talents that could affect the world? Like sometimes it goes beyond our gifts and it's something that we're supposed to deliver that's beyond that. You know what I'm saying? To whoever is out there. But you're missing that gift and you missing whatever gifts you're supposed to get in return because you're not acting on yourself. So this is the opportunity. That's why I have this divine queen on with me today, so that we can come and tell people and tell them how motivated that you can become about yourself. Put yourself out there. Just, okay, I'll give you an example. Just like this catalyst conversation that I have right now, this is not me, but hopefully I'm delivering a message to some people that can help them. And people come in my inbox all the time, say, you know what, I appreciate that live that you just did. It just helped me to catapult my business. Or you know what, thank you for that word of encouragement. I actually just went out and signed me a business loan with the bank today. I didn't know you was going
Mm-hmm.
to do that, but I had to be obedient to who I was as a person in order to get the message out there, and then it was received in a good way. So this is truly dynamic. I appreciate you in this totality.
Absolutely.
Thank
I'm
you so.
proud of you. I'm stepping out.
I appreciate. I receive that. I truly receive that, and I'm proud of you too. You have done so much. You have overcame and conquered so much. You're such a beautiful individual. Don't change for nothing in the world. I love who you were. I admire who you are now, and I'm so excited for who you are to become. It's just an honor to
Thank
be here and have this conversation with you. Truly, thank you so much.
thank you, Keela.
Thank you so much. So I appreciate everybody for coming out. I appreciate y'all being here. Day one, you've been real since day one, and I will always appreciate you. You drop gems all the time. And just thanks to everybody. Tune in tomorrow to be another dynamic catalyst conversation. And we're going to tune out for tonight. Peace.